Ladies, we live in a world that's always moving at a fast pace. We're constantly rushing, constantly thinking about what's next. But what if the key to truly thriving in this world is not what you do, but what you believe? Before you sleep tonight, I want you to listen to this with your heart, because it's not just another speech. It's a reminder to own your power, to embrace your worth, and to understand that your dreams are not only possible, they are waiting for you to claim them. Are you ready to change your life? Here's the catch. It's all about how you end your day and what you tell yourself before you close your eyes. Let's dive in. You are your own creator. I need you to listen closely to this, because it holds the key to unlocking the limitless potential within you. So many times, we look outside ourselves for validation, approval, or signs of success. We're taught that others define our worth, that our circumstances are what shape our future, but that is not the truth. The truth is, the power to shape your life, your destiny, and your future is entirely within you. Every single day you hold a pen in your hand, and you are writing your own story. You may not realize it, but every decision you make, every thought you entertain, and every action you take is another word, another sentence, another paragraph in the book of your life. And the beautiful thing about it, you can change the narrative anytime you choose. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens because of you. Think about the way a sculptor works with clay. The sculptor doesn't look at the lump of clay and say, this is all it can ever be. No, they look at it and see endless possibilities. They know that with patience, intention, and effort, they can transform that rough, formless mass into something beautiful, something that speaks to the heart. You are the sculptor of your own life, and the clay is your potential. You have the power to mold it into whatever you desire. Every choice you make is a tool in your hand, shaping your future. This is not about having a perfect past. It's not about what you've been through or the struggles you've faced. Your past is simply a series of chapters that have led you to this point, and it does not define you. It only teaches you. Think about the countless people who have faced adversity and come out on the other side stronger, more resilient, and more determined than ever. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for TV. She was fired from her first job and told she'd never make it. Yet, she didn't let that define her. She knew deep down she was the creator of her own destiny, and she chose to keep writing her story. Today, she's one of the most powerful women in the world. What you have right now is not all you can be. You may feel stuck in a job you don't like or a relationship that drains you. But that's just where you are today, not where you'll always be. Every day you make choices. If you want to change your life, all it takes is one bold decision. Just one. It's like planting a seed. You don't see the tree right away, but with care and nurturing, that seed grows into something strong and magnificent. You have the ability to plant those seeds, to decide who you want to be and what you want to achieve, and then watch as it grows into your reality. Look at the lives of entrepreneurs who have built empires from nothing. They were once where you are, unsure, uncertain, and maybe even afraid to take that first step. But they took it anyway. Steve Jobs didn't start Apple with $1 million investment. He started it in a garage with a vision, a dream, and the understanding that he had the power to create his own success. He wasn't waiting for someone to give him permission. He knew he was the creator of his destiny. And so are you. And let me tell you something. You're allowed to fail. You're allowed to fall down, to make mistakes, and to get back up again. Failure is not the end. It's a part of the process. When you fail, you're not broken. You're learning. You're growing. If you've ever watched a baby learn to walk, you know that they don't just give up after a fall. No, they get up again and again, each time getting closer to their goal. That's the spirit you need to embody. Life will knock you down, but your power lies in the ability to rise again, stronger, wiser, and more determined than before. There is no magic pill, no special formula, no one waiting to hand you your dream life. But you don't need them. You are your own magic. You are the key that unlocks the door to everything you've ever wanted. And no matter how big or impossible it seems, every day is a new opportunity for you to take that step forward. You have everything within you to create the life you desire. The question is, are you ready to own it? Are you ready to pick up that pen and begin writing your own story? With the understanding that you are the one who will decide the ending. Remember this, you are not a passive observer in your life. You are the creator. You are the author. You are the artist of your own future. Every single moment is an opportunity to take control, to rewrite the script, and to shape the life you want. It all starts with you. Embrace your power. I want you to understand this concept deeply, because when you truly grasp the magnitude of it, it will change everything in your life. You are not here by accident. You were born with an incredible amount of power, a unique strength that is unparalleled. Yet, for many of us, this power remains dormant, locked away, simply because we don't recognize it for what it is. It's time to realize that you hold the keys to your success, your happiness, and your growth. The power is already within you. It's just waiting for you to tap into it. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you tell yourself? Are you fueling your mind with negative thoughts, questioning your abilities and doubting your worth? Or are you empowering yourself by reminding yourself that you are capable of greatness? The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that comes after. If you wake up and embrace your power right from the start, you're ready to conquer anything that comes your way. That shift in mindset, acknowledging that you have power, is the first step to changing your life. Think about a runner who's about to compete in a race. Before the starting gun goes off, they're not thinking about how tired they are or how hard the race might be. They're thinking about their strength, their training, and their ability to push through the obstacles. They believe in themselves before the race even starts, and that belief in their own power propels them forward. This is how you must approach your life. It doesn't matter what challenges you face. The first step is to believe that you have the strength within you to overcome them. Your power isn't something external that you need to chase after. It's not in the perfect job, the perfect relationship, or the perfect circumstances. Your power is already there inside you, waiting to be unleashed. It's in the way you handle difficult situations, in the way you bounce back from adversity, and in the way you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. Think about the last time you were faced with a challenge. Maybe it was a difficult project at work or a personal setback. When you got through it, didn't you feel stronger, more capable, and more confident? That's your power in action. Every time you rise above an obstacle, you're proving to yourself just how powerful you really are. Look at the story of J.K. Rowling. Before she became one of the wealthiest authors in the world, she was a single mother living on welfare, struggling to make ends meet. She was rejected by multiple publishers, and for a while it seemed like her dreams were impossible. But she didn't give up. She embraced her power to create and write, even when the world told her no. She believed in her talent, in her story, and in her ability to make it happen. Today she is known for inspiring millions, and her story shows that when you embrace your own power, even the most difficult circumstances cannot stop you. Your power is not just in the grand moments, but also in the small, everyday choices you make. It's in how you treat yourself and how you treat others. It's in how you show up for your dreams, even when no one is watching. It's in the way you speak to yourself when times are tough. When things get hard, do you tell yourself that you can't do it? Or do you remind yourself that you are strong enough to get through this? Do you tell yourself that failure is an option? Or do you remind yourself that no obstacle is too big to overcome? In your daily life, embrace the moments when you rise up against negativity. When you stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself with pride, knowing that you are doing everything in your power to succeed. It's in your ability to get up and keep going when others would have quit. It's in the way you tackle your goals, knowing that no dream is too big for you. Look at the example of Serena Williams. Her journey to success was not without its hurdles. Racism, sexism, injuries, personal loss. Yet she kept pushing, embracing her power and showing the world what determination can do. She didn't let anything stop her because she knew that the power to succeed was always within her. Now, think about how often we underestimate our own power. We give away our confidence, allowing others to define our worth. But no one, absolutely no one, has the right to take away your power. It's yours to claim. When you start to understand and embrace this truth, you'll see how much stronger you become. You will stop doubting yourself and start moving with conviction, knowing that your power is unstoppable. The world will try to knock you down, but the moment you realize just how powerful you are, nothing can keep you from standing tall again. Let go of regret. I know this is one of the hardest things to do, but it's one of the most liberating. Regret is like a weight on your shoulders, pulling you back, preventing you from moving forward. It's that nagging feeling that you could have done better, made different choices, or taken a different path. But here's the truth you need to hear. Regret doesn't change the past. It only holds you hostage in it. And until you let go of it, you will never be free to embrace the possibilities of the future. Think about the times when regret creeps in. Maybe it's because of a missed opportunity, a relationship that ended poorly, or a decision that didn't turn out the way you wanted. We've all been there. I want you to remember something. Every single decision you made led you to this moment. And this moment is where your power lies. Regret tricks you into believing that you could have controlled everything. It makes you think that if you just made a different choice, your life would be perfect. But life doesn't work like that. Perfection isn't the goal. Growth is. And growth only happens when we learn from the past, not when we live in it. Think about how many people in history have achieved greatness, not despite their failures and mistakes, but because of them. Michael Jordan, for example, was cut from his high school basketball team. He could have walked away from the sport, allowed that rejection to define him, but he didn't. He used it as fuel. He let go of the regret of not making the team and used that failure to become one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Every time you regret something, you're giving up the chance to turn it into something powerful. Don't waste time wishing things were different. Instead, ask yourself what you can learn from the situation. What lessons can you take with you to move forward? Regret also has a way of making you feel like you've missed out on life. But here's the thing. Life doesn't have an expiration date. Just because you didn't get things right the first time doesn't mean it's too late. There are countless examples of people who didn't find success until later in life. Colonel Sanders was in his 60s when he founded KFC. Vera Wang didn't start designing wedding dresses until she was 40. They didn't let regret stop them. They didn't let the time they lost be the reason they didn't go after what they wanted. They embraced the present moment and moved forward. And so should you. No matter how much time has passed, you can start again. Your dreams aren't gone. They're still waiting for you. And regret is only a barrier stopping you from reaching them. There's also the regret of words unspoken, chances not taken. You've probably been in a situation where you didn't say something you wished you had, or you stayed silent when you should have spoken up. But here's the thing. You can't change what wasn't said, but you can make sure it's said the next time. Don't let fear of judgment or the past stop you from speaking your truth in the future. People who succeed are those who learn to move past the discomfort of their mistakes and take action. Regret will keep you stuck in the past, but courage will move you forward. Every time you act, every time you choose to learn, every time you make a decision that aligns with your future, you are free from regret. The thing about regret is that it keeps you focused on what you don't have instead of what you do. It keeps you in a place of lack, making you believe that you're missing something essential. But let me remind you of something important. You are whole, exactly as you are. Your experiences, the mistakes, the missed opportunities, they've shaped you into the person you are today. Every part of your journey has led you to this moment. You may not be where you thought you'd be, but that doesn't mean you won't get to where you want to go. It simply means you are still evolving, you are still learning. And as long as you keep moving forward, you are still on the right path. Now look at the people in your life who have let go of regret. The ones who choose to live with joy, purpose, and passion. They are not perfect. They've made mistakes, they've experienced pain, but they've chosen to learn from those experiences and move on. They're not stuck in the past. They understand that regret is a thief that steals their peace, and they refuse to let it rob them of the future that awaits them. When you choose to let go of regret, you reclaim your power. You stop looking back and start looking ahead, knowing that the best is yet to come. And remember, you don't have to be defined by your past. The beauty of life is that it's never too late to rewrite your story. The future is always ahead of you, and you have the power to create a future that is free from the chains of regret. Every moment you choose to release the past is a moment you get to embrace the incredible opportunities that lie before you. Stop letting regret keep you from living your fullest life. Embrace the power of now and watch how the future unfolds with endless possibilities. Shift your energy. Let that phrase settle in for a moment, because it holds the key to unlocking your life in ways you've never imagined. Energy is everything. It's the invisible force that drives your thoughts, actions, and reactions. Your energy is contagious. It affects not only how you feel, but also how the world around you responds to you. But here's the thing, energy is not static. It's fluid, and it's entirely within your control. If you want to change your life, all you have to do is shift your energy. Think about the times in your life when you felt stuck, when things just weren't going your way. It's easy to blame circumstances, other people, or even the universe. But what if I told you that your energy is what determines whether you move forward or stay stuck? You see, when you're feeling low, defeated, or negative, your energy is aligned with those emotions. And guess what? The world reflects that back to you. You attract more of what you focus on, and if you focus on the negative, you'll find more of it in your life. But when you shift your energy, when you move from a place of lack to a place of abundance, everything around you starts to shift. Take a look at someone who is full of energy and passion. They walk into a room and immediately light it up. People are drawn to them and opportunities seem to open up. That's because their energy is in alignment with success, positivity, and growth. They are not sitting around waiting for life to hand them things. They are radiating a frequency that attracts everything they want. If you want to live a life that's full of joy, success, and fulfillment, you need to shift your energy to match the vibration of what you want to manifest. Energy is like a magnet. It attracts what it resonates with. If you want to bring love into your life, your energy has to be one of love. If you want to bring success, your energy has to be one of abundance, not scarcity. This doesn't mean you need to be happy all the time, or that you should ignore your struggles. It means that even when things get tough, you choose to shift your energy. You choose to focus on the lessons, the growth, and the opportunities that are available to you in every moment. Look at the example of someone who is constantly complaining about their job, their relationships, or their circumstances. That person is often surrounded by negative energy, and as a result, they find themselves stuck in situations that don't serve them. On the other hand, someone who approaches challenges with a mindset of growth and possibility will find that opportunities open up even in the midst of difficulty. Shifting your energy isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to see the potential for greatness, even when things don't go as planned. Think about athletes and high achievers. They don't just rely on their skills. They know that their energy is what sets them apart. Before a big game, they visualize success, focus on their strengths, and center themselves in positive energy. They know that the energy they bring to the field will dictate the outcome. This is why mindset is so powerful. Your energy determines your performance. If you're constantly telling yourself that you can't do something or that it's too hard, you are limiting your own potential. But if you shift your energy to a place of possibility, you give yourself permission to succeed. Let's take a moment to think about your daily routine. How do you begin your day? How do you respond to challenges? Your energy is like a fuel that powers everything you do. If you wake up and start your day with gratitude, optimism, and excitement for what's ahead, you will set the tone for the rest of your day. On the other hand, if you wake up feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or defeated, that energy will carry through in everything you do. The good news is you have the power to change this. No matter how you woke up, you can shift your energy in a matter of moments. Take a deep breath. Reset your mindset and focus on what you're grateful for. That shift will create a ripple effect, and soon enough, you'll notice that the rest of your day starts to unfold in a positive way. Think about the energy you bring to your relationships. When you're negative or drained, you might push people away or create tension. But when you bring positive energy, when you are open, kind and energetic, people are drawn to you. Your relationships will flourish and you will create an environment where love and respect can grow. This is not just about what you do or say, but about the energy you put out. The more you shift your energy to a higher vibration, the more you will attract people and experiences that reflect that. Now, let's talk about fear and doubt. These are energy-draining emotions. When you're consumed by fear, you block the flow of good things into your life. But when you choose to shift your energy away from fear and towards courage, you free yourself from the limitations that fear imposes. Think about the last time you took a leap of faith. Maybe it was starting something new or making a big decision. That moment was defined by the shift in your energy. You chose to move from fear to trust, and in doing so, you unlock new opportunities. Every time you choose to shift your energy, you move closer to the life you truly want. Shifting your energy is not a one-time thing. It's a practice. It's about training your mind and body to consistently move toward positivity, abundance, and growth. The more you shift your energy, the easier it becomes. And the more it becomes a part of who you are. So no matter what you're facing, remember, you hold the power to change your energy. And when you do, you change everything. Visualize your success. It might sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal. Visualization is not just about imagining the end result. It's about aligning your mind, your emotions, and your actions with the success you want to achieve. What you see in your mind's eye, what you believe, and what you focus on, these are the building blocks of your reality. If you want to succeed, you need to first create the success in your mind before it can manifest in your life. Think about it. How many times have you daydreamed about the life you want to live? Maybe it's that promotion or that dream home or a relationship you've always wanted. Every time you think about it, you're already visualizing success. But there's a difference between passive daydreaming and active visualization. Passive daydreaming is just idle thought. Active visualization, on the other hand, is a deliberate practice that helps you align your mindset with your goals. It's not just about imagining the destination, it's about seeing the journey, the steps, and the challenges that you'll overcome to get there. The most successful people in the world don't just hope for success, they see it clearly, in vivid detail. Take Olympic athletes, for example. They don't just train their bodies, they train their minds. Before every competition, they visualize themselves crossing the finish line, achieving their goals, and performing at their best. They see themselves overcoming obstacles, pushing through the pain, and ultimately winning. This mental rehearsal not only builds their confidence, but also prepares them for the actual race. They understand that the mind is a powerful tool, and when they visualize success, they are programming their brain to believe it's possible, to know it's coming. You don't have to be an athlete to use this powerful tool. Think about your own life, your career, your relationships, your health. How often do you take a moment to visualize where you want to be in the next year, the next 5 years, or even 10? Visualizing your success is not just about seeing the end result. It's about feeling it, experiencing it, and believing it. When you see yourself achieving something, you are sending a powerful signal to your subconscious mind that you are capable of it. And when you believe it, your actions begin to align with that belief. There's a beautiful concept called the law of attraction. And it's all about visualization. What you focus on expands. If you focus on the lack in your life, you will attract more of it. If you focus on the challenges, you will get more of those too. But if you focus on your goals, your success, your abundance, if you see yourself living the life you desire, you will begin to attract everything that aligns with that vision. And it's not just about thinking positively. It's about taking inspired action that aligns with your vision. Let's break this down with an example from daily life. Think about someone who is striving for a promotion at work. If they only focus on the obstacles, the reasons why they might not get the promotion, the stress they feel every day, they are visualizing failure, and that energy will reflect in their actions. But if that same person takes the time to visualize themselves in that position, performing well, being recognized for their hard work, and enjoying the rewards of their success, they are aligning their energy with their goals. They are mentally rehearsing their success, and the more they do it, the more they believe it's possible. And when they believe it, They will take actions that move them closer to that vision. But visualization isn't just about seeing success in your mind. It's about feeling it too. The emotions you feel while visualizing are just as important as the images in your mind. When you imagine yourself succeeding, feel the joy, the excitement, the sense of pride. Let those emotions flow through you. Feel what it will be like to stand at the top of your mountain, to achieve what you've always dreamed of. That emotional energy is what fuels your desire and drives your determination to make it happen. It's what gives you the strength to push through setbacks and challenges. When you feel your success before it even happens, you are creating the internal energy that will propel you forward. Now, I want you to think about the small daily actions that support your vision. Visualization doesn't stop with just imagining your success. It's about showing up every day as if the success is already yours. Every step you take toward your goal should be taken with the belief that it is already done. When you visualize your success, you are creating the confidence to take the next step. Even if that step seems daunting, it might feel uncomfortable, but that discomfort is part of the journey. The most successful people don't shy away from challenges. They lean into them because they know that every challenge is just another step toward their goal. Look at someone like Oprah Winfrey. She didn't become a media mogul by sitting back and waiting for success to find her. She visualized herself achieving greatness long before she ever did. She saw herself hosting a show, inspiring millions, and becoming a leader in her industry. But it wasn't just her thoughts that led her there. It was her belief, her unwavering conviction, and her daily actions that aligned with that vision. She didn't let obstacles stop her because she knew her success was already written in her mind, and she was simply walking toward it. When you visualize your success, you are planting the seeds for your future. Your thoughts are like seeds, and your actions are the water and sunlight that help them grow. The more clearly you can see yourself succeeding, the more motivated you'll be to take the necessary steps to make that vision a reality. And the more you believe in that vision, the more you will see the doors of opportunity open before you. Visualizing your success is not just a dream, it's a strategy for creating the life you want. Affirmations are everything. You've heard this phrase before, but let it sink in for a moment. Words have power. What you say to yourself, what you believe, and what you affirm every day shapes your reality. Affirmations are not just empty words. They are powerful tools that have the ability to transform your life. They create the thoughts that drive your actions, and your actions create the reality you live in. When you begin to affirm your worth, your abilities, and your desires, you're programming your mind to align with your deepest truth. Think about this for a second. How often do you speak to yourself negatively? How many times have you said things like, I'm not good enough, or I'll never be able to do that, or I'm not deserving of success? We all have these negative thoughts, and they often go unnoticed. But the problem with them is that they're shaping your mindset, and ultimately they shape the life you're creating. These limiting beliefs, though subtle, are constantly playing in the background of your mind. But what if, instead of feeding yourself thoughts of doubt, you started to feed yourself thoughts of power, belief, and possibility? This is where affirmations come in. Affirmations are the antidote to negative thinking. They are the daily declarations that help you rewire your mind, shift your energy, and align yourself with your highest potential. They are not just about repeating words mindlessly. They are about truly believing in what you say, embracing the energy behind them, and letting those words guide your actions. When you affirm your greatness, you begin to see opportunities, doors, and pathways opening in front of you, simply because you have shifted your perspective. Let's look at the example of someone who has big dreams but constantly doubts themselves. Every time they think about taking the next step, they tell themselves, I'm not ready, or I'm not capable of doing that. These negative thoughts become self-fulfilling prophecies. But what happens when that same person starts affirming, I am capable, I am worthy of success, and I have everything I need to achieve my goals? Slowly but surely, their mindset begins to shift. They start to take actions that align with these positive beliefs. Their energy changes, and the world around them begins to reflect that energy back. It's not just about repeating affirmations like a robot. It's about truly embodying them, feeling them in your heart, and allowing them to become a part of who you are. When you say, I am worthy of love, don't just say it for the sake of it. Feel the power of those words. Visualize what it would feel like to fully embrace that love, to accept that you deserve the most beautiful and fulfilling relationships. When you affirm that I am capable of success, feel the surge of confidence that comes with it. Let it ignite your passion, your drive, and your belief in your own potential. Let's take the example of a woman who wants to start her own business. In the beginning, she might doubt her abilities. What if I fail, she thinks. What if people don't believe in me? But as she begins to affirm, I am a successful entrepreneur. I am building something valuable and the world is ready for my ideas. She begins to step into the role she's been dreaming of. These affirmations don't just change her mindset, they change her actions. She starts taking bold steps, making decisions with confidence, and attracting the right opportunities. Her beliefs have shifted, and as a result, her reality begins to shift too. Affirmations also have the power to heal. Think about the times you've felt hurt or broken. Maybe you've experienced rejection, failure, or pain. It's easy to internalize those experiences and carry them with you, believing that you're unworthy of happiness or success. But when you begin to affirm, I am healing, I am whole, and I am deserving of love and success, you are actively rewiring the patterns of self-doubt and pain. These affirmations don't erase the past, but they empower you to move forward with strength and resilience. You start to see yourself as capable of overcoming any challenge, no matter how big or small. The beauty of affirmations is that they don't require external validation. You don't need anyone else's approval to affirm your worth. It's all about what you believe. When you affirm your greatness, you begin to rise above the opinions of others. You stop seeking validation from the outside world and start creating your own reality from within. This inner strength is what propels you forward, regardless of what others may say or think. But it's not just about using affirmations in moments of doubt or struggle. Affirmations are a daily practice, a ritual that reinforces your power and belief in yourself. Imagine waking up every day and starting with affirmations like, today is a new day, full of possibilities. I am grateful for all that I have, and I am moving closer to my dreams every day. Imagine how this sets the tone for your day, how it empowers you to tackle whatever comes your way. You become more resilient, more confident, and more focused on your goals. Look at some of the most successful people in the world. They don't just wait for success to come to them. They affirm it. They believe in their abilities and constantly reinforce that belief through positive affirmations. When Oprah Winfrey was starting out in television, she didn't know where her journey would take her, but she affirmed every step of the way that she was meant for greatness. She visualized herself in the position she wanted, and she affirmed every day that she was capable of achieving her dreams. And she did. Affirmations are everything, because they are the foundation of everything. They shape your reality, create your mindset, and empower you to take action. Every time you speak words of positivity and belief, you are one step closer to living the life you desire. So make it a habit. Affirm your greatness every day. Let your words become your reality. Trust the timing of your life. It's a simple phrase, yet one that holds immense power and wisdom. In a world where everything moves so fast, where people are constantly rushing to reach the next milestone or achieve the next big goal, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. Society often pressures us to accomplish everything by a certain age, to have it all figured out, and to make rapid progress in a linear direction. But what if I told you that your journey doesn't need to follow someone else's timeline? What if I told you that the timing of your life is perfect, just as it is, even if you can't always see it in the moment? We've all experienced those moments of doubt, haven't we? You've seen your friends and peers getting ahead, achieving their goals, and sometimes it feels like the world is moving forward while you're stuck in place. You begin to question whether you're doing something wrong or whether time is running out. But here's the truth. Everything has its time. Every opportunity, every breakthrough, every lesson, it all happens when it's meant to. The beauty of life is that it's not a race. It's a journey with its own unique pace and rhythm. Trusting the timing of your life means believing that things will unfold in their own way and at the right time. Think about the story of a flower. A seed is planted in the ground and it doesn't rush to bloom. It takes time to grow, to break through the soil and to reach for the sun. And even when it does bloom, it doesn't compare itself to the other flowers in the garden. It blooms at its own pace, in its own time, and it's beautiful precisely because it's not in competition with anyone else. Your life is the same. You may be in a season of growth right now or a season of waiting, but both are just as important as the blossoming phase. You have to trust the process and understand that timing is everything. There are countless examples of people who achieve their dreams not by rushing or forcing things, but by trusting that their moment would come. Consider someone like Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC. At the age of 65, when many people think about retirement, Sanders decided to pursue his dream of sharing his fried chicken recipe with the world. He faced rejection from countless restaurants, but he didn't give up. He trusted the timing of his life, and at the right moment, he found success. His story is a testament to the fact that your time doesn't have to come early to be meaningful. It just needs to come at the right time. In your own life, you might find yourself in a situation where things aren't going as quickly as you hoped. Maybe you're working towards a career goal, but you haven't reached the top yet. Maybe you're trying to build a relationship, but it's taking longer than expected. Or perhaps you're dealing with personal growth and you feel like you're not where you thought you'd be by now. It's easy to let frustration set in, to feel like time is slipping away. But in those moments, it's important to remember that everything happens for a reason. And timing is key. Think about someone who is on a fitness journey. They work hard every day, eating healthy and exercising. But it takes time to see the results. If they were to compare themselves to someone else who reached their goal faster, they might feel discouraged. But instead, if they trust the timing of their journey, they will begin to see that each step, no matter how small, is taking them closer to their goal. There are no shortcuts to success. It's the consistent, patient effort that pays off in the end. Life is full of twists and turns, and the timing of your life is influenced by forces beyond your control. Maybe you've experienced setbacks or delays that have caused frustration. But in reality, those setbacks may have been preparing you for something even greater. There's a lesson in every delay, a strength in every challenge. What you can't see from your current vantage point is the wisdom and resilience you're building in the process. For example, if you've ever faced a tough breakup, you know how painful it can be. At the time, it feels like the end of the world, but as time passes, you often realize that it was necessary for your growth. You might have been holding on to something that was not meant for you, and the universe, in its infinite wisdom, removed it from your life to make space for something better. Trusting the timing of your life means understanding that even the painful moments are part of your story, shaping you into the person you are meant to become. This doesn't mean you should sit back and wait passively for life to unfold. Trusting the timing of your life requires patience, but it also requires action. It means continuing to move forward even when you can't see the full picture. It means taking the steps necessary to align yourself with your purpose, knowing that your efforts will pay off when the time is right. Trusting the timing of your life is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about making the most of the present moment and understanding that you are exactly where you need to be, even when it doesn't feel like it. Think of it like this. Imagine a puzzle. You can see the pieces, but you don't yet know how they all fit together. There's a certain satisfaction in putting the pieces together one by one, trusting that each piece, no matter how small, is necessary to complete the picture. The timing of your life is like that puzzle. The pieces may seem scattered and the path may not always be clear, but trust that each experience, each step is leading you to the masterpiece that is your life. You are where you need to be. Your timing is perfect. Don't rush the process. And don't compare your journey to anyone else's. The world doesn't work on your schedule, and life doesn't unfold according to your timeline. But when you trust the timing of your life, you'll find that everything falls into place when it's meant to. Every challenge, every setback, every victory, everything is happening for a reason. And it's all part of your unique, beautiful journey. Gratitude is your superpower. In a world that constantly encourages us to strive for more, to want more, to have more, it's easy to forget the magic that lies in simply being thankful for what we already have. We often take for granted the small things in life. The cup of coffee in the morning, the warmth of the sun on our face, the laughter of friends. But let me tell you something, gratitude is not just a nice feeling. It's a force, it's a transformative, life-altering power that can change your entire reality. Gratitude has the ability to shift your mindset. When you wake up each morning, think about the things you're thankful for. It could be as simple as the fact that you woke up at all. You have breath in your lungs, a roof over your head, and a new day in front of you. That, my friend, is something to be grateful for. Yet, so often we allow the chaos of life to cloud our perception. We focus on what we don't have, what we haven't accomplished, and what we wish were different. And in doing so, we miss the profound beauty that's already in our lives. Imagine a person who's just been through a difficult phase in life. Maybe they've lost a job, a relationship has ended, or they're dealing with personal struggles. It's easy for them to fall into a pit of despair and bitterness. But if they make the conscious decision to look at their situation through the lens of gratitude, everything changes. They might not be where they want to be, but they can be grateful for the lessons they're learning, the strength they're building, and the opportunities that are on the horizon. Gratitude shifts their energy from lack to abundance, from fear to possibility. Gratitude is also a powerful magnet. When you start to appreciate what you have, the universe responds by giving you more to be thankful for. It's the law of attraction in action. Think about the last time you gave someone a compliment or shared a kind word. Didn't it make you feel good? Didn't it brighten your day? Well, that's the same energy that gratitude generates. The more you express it, the more the universe brings to you. The more you acknowledge the good, the more good flows into your life. Take the example of someone working hard to achieve a goal. Whether it's starting a business, building a career, or improving their health. There will be challenges along the way, moments when it feels like the world is against them. But if they practice gratitude, they begin to see those obstacles differently. They realize that every setback is a setup for something greater, that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Gratitude helps them stay focused on the positive, on the progress they've made, rather than the hurdles they still face. Gratitude doesn't just apply to the big moments. It's in the small, everyday details. Have you ever felt a sense of calm and peace after a long, stressful day? Simply because you had a quiet moment to yourself? That's gratitude in action. It's recognizing the small blessings that surround us. Moments of rest, moments of peace, moments of joy. The more you practice gratitude for the little things, the bigger the things seem to come your way. Let's think about relationships for a moment. Often, we can get caught up in wanting others to do more for us. Whether it's our family, our friends, or our significant others. We expect them to show up in a certain way, and when they don't, we feel disappointed. But what if we flipped the script? What if instead of focusing on what others aren't doing, we focused on what we're grateful for in them? What if we expressed our gratitude more often, thanking them for their support, their love, their presence? Gratitude has the power to deepen connections, to heal wounds, and to build stronger, more meaningful relationships. There's a woman I know who struggled with her career for years. She felt stuck in a job that didn't inspire her, and no matter how hard she worked, she couldn't seem to get ahead. But one day, she made a decision. Instead of complaining, instead of focusing on what wasn't working, she would start a gratitude practice. She began by thanking herself for showing up every day, for doing her best, for persevering even when things weren't easy. She thanked the people around her for supporting her along the way. And slowly but surely, her mindset began to change. She became more positive, more confident, and more open to new opportunities. Within a few months, she was offered a new job, one that aligned with her passions and dreams. All because she made the shift from focusing on what was wrong to focusing on what was right. Gratitude unlocked the door to her success. Gratitude is also about appreciating the journey. So often, We're so focused on the destination that we forget to enjoy the ride. We set a goal, work tirelessly towards it, and when we reach it, we immediately start looking for the next thing. But what about the steps along the way? What about the lessons, the growth, and the moments of joy that come during the process? Gratitude reminds us to stop and savor those moments, to appreciate the path we're on, not just the outcome. This mindset shift is something that can transform your life in every way. Whether you're facing a difficult time or sailing smoothly through life, gratitude has the power to elevate you. It raises your energy, attracts positivity, and shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance. When you choose gratitude, you choose to see the beauty in everything around you, no matter how big or small. And that, my friend, is your superpower. You have the ability to change your reality simply by choosing gratitude. So today, choose to be grateful. Choose to see the good in your life and watch how it multiplies.